Now, Masake Maleka is a passionate 20-year-old philanthropist who won the 2019 award for educational innovation at the Global Youth Awards. Now, she has been elected to represent South Africa and the World Health Organization as a delegate in the Asia World Model United Nations Conference for her outstanding community innovations. Now, if you have any questions for Masake, head over to our social media platforms and tell us what you would love to know. What community initiatives are you working on? Remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments so that we can find you. Girl!
Hello.
Welcome to Afternoon Express. First of all, you're looking absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
But you're so much more than just a pretty face. I mean, you have decided to go into communities and be the change that you would love to see.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I have always been interested to find out what inspires those that inspire us, right?
Yes.
So what inspired you to be a philanthropist?
Practically what inspired me was where I come from. I come from a very small town called Harrismith in the Free State. So
yeah, I've driven past Harrismith a couple of times, girl.
But you don't know what it has. It's a very small town that has great dynamites that come in small packages. So what happened there, while attending extra classes and everything, we spoke about a few things as girls. And when you see the current situation that's happening, then you find out and you ask yourself, who are you waiting for to make the change if it's not yourself? So yeah.
That was, well, I'm very thankful that you're having these conversations and you're inspiring those around you, because I purely think that there's not enough people channeling all the good and positivity in different avenues and different areas in life.
Yeah.
I have to start by saying congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you won the Educational Innovation Awards at the Global Youth Awards. So what does that mean and what does winning that award entail?
So with the Global Youth Award for Educational Innovation is that they check around what you do as a person and everything, and then you are nominated by the communities. So the communities see what you are doing with their kids, with the schools. Because I work a lot with schools, going to do self-esteem talks with the girls and the boys as well. Because without confidence, what are you?
Absolutely.
And then I'd go there, talk to the children and whatever. And then the community of Cape Town, surprisingly, then selected me to be a part of the panel. The panel then were like, okay, cool. Okay. We'll then take you and see what is it that you have in store for us. Going there, well, they check. They're like, okay, what is it that you do during the weekend? And I'm also a student at the same time. So like, but then you're keeping the balance so well. And then after a while, then after I was nominated by the community, then it goes through the panel. So the award takes place in Dubai and in South Africa as well, the award ceremony. And then after a while, what happens is that they were like, okay, this is the change that you're doing. You're bringing yourself down to the people. So with that, we say thank you, and we're putting you a step ahead to where you are destined to actually be.
Absolutely. That's beautiful to me. And you've named a lot of different criteria that they look for. So first of all, the community have to nominate you.
Yes.
And first of all, to be celebrated and uplifted by people and saying that we see you, we see the contribution you're making. It's so positive that we want to celebrate you. What other criteria do people look for?
Well, with the educational innovation segment is that they look if, are you working with schools? Where are you working? Because there are different ones. There are leadership ones as well. But they're looking at what is it exactly that you are doing with schools. And especially for a young person to go there and say, you know what, it is fine. And the other thing that I was also putting emphasis on was that we shouldn't ignore the people that are doing languages and only focus on science and maths. Without that, we know as Black people that the passion mostly stated that you should do science in order to be safe.
Yes.
But I said, you know what, listen, it's okay. You could still do this, because when I was in grade 11, I had to leave pure maths and go to mathematical literacy. So for a student, it's actually quite embarrassing, and also you're running for head girl and people are telling you that, but you can't.
You're doing maths lit.
Exactly, you're doing maths lit, and what are you actually going to be with math lit? But I went to the community and said, you know what, with math lit, you can be anything you want to be. With any other subject, not to degrade any other modules or whatever, but with whatever that you have, you can actually be what you want to be.
So I find it so interesting, just leading on to that point, you've decided to take science, you've decided to, as much as that is important, you focused more on the languages. I was actually listening to the radio on the way to work today, and they were speaking about Afrikaans, that a lot of people are running away from Afrikaans because of maybe understanding and the growth of the subject and the language in South Africa. But the fact of the matter is we need translators to translate not only in English, but to translate into the different African languages from the medium Afrikaans. And you've completely taken it on within yourself, someone who speaks Afrikaans and all the other languages. And you've made a foundation.
Yes.
What is that foundation about?
Meisie Muis Motivates.
I've been getting you to help me in my Afrikaans mode to pronounce Meisie
Muis
Motivates.
Motivates. Yes.
Talk to me about your foundation.
So MMM, that's my life, that is my everything. So I started in grade 9, collecting sanitary towels, talking to the people at Hope House and all of that. And then as time went and I noticed that, you know what, there is actually a need of sustainability when it comes to sanitary towels. I only collected those sanitary towels on the week of my birthday. Well, I collected throughout the year and delivered the week of my birthday. And I would give out to the communities close to us, Iram and all of the village schools around us. And with that, I was like, you know what, we need consistency and we need to constantly keep on doing what? Keep on growing and collecting more sanitary towels. Everyone is doing it, but how you're doing it is what matters the most. So I went there and with Meisie Muis Motivates is that we have talks with girls and boys, self-esteem, confidence and all of that. And when we do the menstrual part of things, then we also include boys in order for them to also understand what is it that's happening. So they don't laugh at the girls when something is happening or they notice something. The main part of MMM is also collaborating. I was currently collaborating with Help a Girl campaign with Abongile, incredible person, and going there was like, you know what, as women also we need our own sense of motivating each other as women and not bringing each other down. Seeing that collaboration with stands and is practically much greater than competition.
Absolutely. Let's not compete, let's collaborate. And instead of having two incredible things, let's collaborate together and make one extraordinary, monumental thing. I absolutely love that about you. And our social media is loving you too. So we've asked you on social media if you have any questions for Masake and to tell us what community initiatives you're working on. So we've got our very first comment here from Utiti Nkabinde, who says, at this rate, girl, you're going far, and I have to agree with you, Titi. But she continues to say some of the things that they're doing in their home is babysitting for family. And they're like, I think that that's a community within itself. And babysitting, look, whatever small thing that you do, we celebrate you as long as you're helping each other, lean on each other. We've got another comment here from Tana Deeds, who says, well done, Masake, keep shining. But her question is, how does it feel to represent our country on an international stage?
That's one incredible thing, and I take it as that being a person of the community, I feel like representing each and every person in South Africa. It's super great because going there, I'm practically the mouthpiece of South Africa to say, you know what, this is what we are facing and this is how we'd like to overcome it. The main thing that I loved as well was that when they asked that, what motion are you passing? I said, I'm not passing a motion, I'm saying, come back to the communities. Give the communities a chance to be a part of the strategies that you give to them. So, yeah.
Masake, we've got a very broad audience, and I think a lot of viewers at home want that inspiration, want to feel motivated, but just don't know how to start. So I can only imagine the amount of pressure you feel on an international stage, but you're killing it. So in order for our viewers at home to be killing it the way you are, what words of advice do you have for them?
I'm actually going to be very practical about it. Ask. Just ask people, how is it that you're doing it? Help me do it. If the person decides not to tell you, then it's definitely for them. So what you definitely, without a doubt, would then be doing for the people is that you need to ask the people, how is it that you're doing? And usually most people think that with passion is that, no, if I do this, then I'm copying the other person. But you're not. If you are passionate about something that someone else is already doing, be innovative about how you do it. Ask the person and be like, how is it that you're doing? Then make it your own. So the main thing that I'm very much focused on is ask the person, how is it that you're doing this? Let's work together, help me, mentor me, and don't let your pride get in the way.
It's basically, Masake, I am so inspired by you. She is saying there's no such thing as a stupid question, so ask, ask, ask. Education is power. Thank you so much, Masake. Love your work.